How we doing, everyone? Sam here, United People's TV, live match reaction after Manchester United's 1-0 win away at Benfica that basically all but secures our place in the Champions League knockout rounds. 3 games, 9 points. Man United flying high in the points total, but that performance tonight, it kind of followed on from the Liverpool performance. I understood the frustrations after the 0-0 away at Liverpool, but I explained why I thought the overreaction was a little bit too much. Now tonight we didn't really take the game to a team which is really underperforming. 5 points off the title race in Portugal, which is a lot for Benfica, considering their success with Porto. They lost 5-0 away at Basel, and tonight they were tragically bad. My prediction for the game was 1-1. Manchester United won 1-0 due to the freakiest free kick goal you'll ever see from Marcus Rashford. The Benfica goalkeeper, unlucky to him, his debut, he'll remember that. For bad reasons, but Manchester United tonight, let's look at that first half performance. Nemanja Matic was probably the only player who was trying to take anything towards Benfica. The front four looked non-existent for the first half an hour, if not a little bit more than that. Really slow, tedious build-up. Matic and Herrera, not sure if that works as a midfield duo. And it wasn't until the second half, until Marcus Rashford started to find a little bit of space in behind the Benfica defence, that Man United started to offer any sort of threat going forward. Ultimately, it proved to be enough. Manchester United win 1-0, 9 points after 3 games, means we can take our foot off the gas going into the November-December period in terms of the Champions League games, maybe rest a couple of key players going into a busy fixture period. That's a big tick for Manchester United, but the performance tonight, you have to say, was pretty atrocious. In that first half, other than Matic, I don't know if anybody played very well. Mkhitaryan, another pretty quiet performance from him. Lukaku very isolated, and without Paul Pogba in that midfield, Matic and Herrera very much struggling to create any opportunities. As I said, Matic took it upon himself to start running through the lines. But I'm surprised how poor Manchester United were tonight. I'm even more surprised how bad Benfica are. They used to be a fantastic team to play in Europe. Not anymore. 5-0 away to Basel. They're bottom of the group, 0 points after 3 games. Man United, as I said, we're in 9 points. We're basically through to the knockout rounds. But there's plenty, I feel, to criticise about that performance we saw tonight. Let's run through a few of your comments and see what you've got to say about it as well. Bring back the 4-4-2, says Mr. Badge. 4-4-2. Did we? No, we didn't see. We saw 4-2-3-1 tonight. I think we saw 2 up front away at CSK in Moscow. That's where we saw Martial play with Lukaku. That worked quite well. But Lukaku tonight, very, very isolated. I think he's been pretty isolated without Pogba in the team. Pogba is somebody who always looks up to try and find those runs by Lukaku. But I'm not sure there's anybody right now who is trying to find those runs at all. But let me know in the comments now, who do you think was your man of the match? Let me know in the comments. We've got Charlie Adams saying Martial was better than Rashford. Rashford struggled to get past the defence while Martial created 2 clear chances in 15 minutes. I'm going to disagree. I think Marcus Rashford was our only really potent attacking threat in that game. Yes, when Martial came off the bench, he was electric. But Martial and Rashford have both electric when they come off the bench. That's what I think anyway. I think both of them all season long have been fantastic when they've come off the bench. And tonight you saw it again from Martial. It's one of my favourite things so far this season is seeing Martial come off the bench. Or Rashford, they're both fantastic. Giovanni saying that was boring as hell. Martial need to start more matches. Martial or Rashford, they're both fantastic. Clearly, both of them aren't going to start too many games this season. Not in the same position. So Mourinho keeps rotating. Nicholas saying, asking if I think that Mourinho's comments and vibes before the Liverpool just unsettled the dressing room. No, I don't think they did, mate. I think this is classic Mourinho using his own power and position to negotiate himself and sort of better his negotiation position with the club in terms of renewing a new contract. But Man United, remember, are still undefeated this season. It's just that we've lacked real impetus going forward since the international break. It happened last time. Man United took a little bit of time to get back into the rhythm. Today, Man United really struggled to get the rhythm started. And that's 2 games in a row. Liverpool away, hardest game of the season. Take that draw. Tonight, very lacklustre performance, but we won. We kept a clean sheet. We're effectively through to the Champions League knockout rounds. This is not a match reaction where I'm trying to complain about absolutely everything. But it will be foolish to watch that match and be 100% happy with how Manchester United played. Yes, we got the win. But do that against Spurs in a week or two's time? that will not end in a win. We've got Huddersfield away now. A very good fixture for Manchester United. Huddersfield are struggling right now. Spurs pumped them at home. And Man United are going to be predicted to pump Huddersfield. But we've got to play better than that if we are going to pump Huddersfield. Bruno saying we'd had no movement, no midfield, no first ball from defence. Kind of awful. Pierre saying boring game but a dominant one except for the first 20 minutes. And someone there saying we need Pogba. Yes, it was dominant. And Man United have done that a lot this season. And not turned. No, in fact, that's unfair. In most games we've dominated. We've gone to pump teams. It's just that tonight we really didn't do it. We really didn't do it against a team which is very much struggling. You saw it. The Benfica stadium was half empty. We could have taken it to them. We could have put them to the sword. But just as I predicted, Manchester United didn't go out chasing the game tonight. And Benfica at certain points playing quite well. But overall, Man United had enough quality to come through, and that's the most important thing. Got Charlie Adams there saying, kind of scared now because City are absolutely killing it at the moment and we lack motivation. Prior to the Liverpool game, remember, Charlie, we were a team buzzing, a team banging form, banging in goals left, right and centre. That Liverpool game, having Pogba out, having Fellaini out when he's banging form, it's taken a little bit of vibe and a little bit of impetus away from Manchester United's forward play. We don't really have too much creativity going forward. It's exactly the point that James Benison is saying there. Creativity is missing at the moment. Mkhitaryan has gone a little bit quiet. Mata tonight out wide. He couldn't be able to do much on the right-hand side. But Manchester United won. You know, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. There's certain things you can complain about, but ultimately the result is what will be remembered. And Mourinho is a results-driven man, not a performance-driven man. And tonight Manchester United delivered the result. They didn't deliver the performance. But 9 points from 3 games. We're effectively through to the Champions League. We just need to see much more than that against Huddersfield this weekend. And definitely against Spurs next weekend if we're going to win both of those games. And the Premier League, let's be honest, that's what it's all about. And with Man City flying so high right now, we've got to make sure that we don't let them take too much of it. Because I think they're ahead with us 2 points and now 6 goals in the goal difference. We need to make sure that we come back into form. Because Man United have been playing brilliant this season. We're still undefeated, but we're losing it. We're losing our impetus in the last couple of games. Let's bring it back against Huddersfield at the weekend. Thank you all for your comments. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow morning with MUFC Daily, as always, 10:20 a.m. British time with all your latest Manchester United news. We'll go over the game in a little bit more detail, analyse some of the quotes from the players and from Mourinho. Until tomorrow, take it easy. Man United 3 points tonight, but ultimately the performance was a little bit lacklustre, but the result is all that matters. Take it easy, everybody.